So my topic today was how to build a successful brand. Now I sat for a very long time trying to think of how do I approach this topic? Because as you know, there are several books, there are several seminars out there that you can listen to, podcasts, etc., about how to build a successful brand. And while I was sitting thinking about it, I actually, truthfully, when Kivan asked me to speak at this conference, I was a little bit shocked because I probably met him 2 weeks before at an event that we were doing, and I said, but he knows nothing about me. Why would he ask me to speak? And I asked him as much. I said, why me? Why would you choose me? And he said to me, I've heard a lot of good things about you at your time at Digicel, and also with your brand Melabachi. And I literally went, wow, okay. And it brought me back to something that somebody told me years ago, which is, your brand is what people say about you when you leave the room. And think about that, right? So I thought that this was a good way to start this talk about how to build a successful brand by saying, great branding starts with you, no one else. Now I'm sure you've heard that before, but I can't express it enough. You can actually make or break your own brand by your own actions. Now, there are a lot of things in business. How many of us here own our own businesses? Right? How many of us work for corporations and have seen the runnings of the businesses? Great. Now, you know that there are a lot of things sometimes that are out of your control. But your personal brand is well within your control, and that's where I want us to start. And I want this talk to touch on the things that you can control to make your brand a successful brand. And the first step, I think, is you have to believe in your brand. Because if you don't connect with your brand at a base level, then your brand is never going to be credible. I have an ex-co-worker here with me, Jared S. Mitchell, and Jared can tell you, when I was in Digicel, I lived, breathed, or we lived, breathed, ate Digicel. Yep. You know, that was what it was. So much so that I've left, gone to Unicommerce, they've offered me a company phone with B-Mobile, and I told them no. I am stupid me. I'm paying my own phone bill when I can have a free phone, but it is because I believed in my brand, and I still believe. I'm not there anymore, but I still believe in my brand. You're B-Mobile? Don't worry, we'll talk later, I'll switch you over, alright. Right? So I think that's one of the most important things. And there were a lot of things that we were able to accomplish, me and Marcus, and I'm sure Jared will tell you, in sales, that we were able to accomplish because people believed that we believed in our brand. Right? Great branding is about trust. When it comes to building a brand, broken promises just are not going to cut it, right? So keep this in your head the entire time that I'm speaking. Your brand is a promise. That's what it is. It's a promise to your customer. If your customers don't trust the promise that you are giving to them, then your brand is of absolutely no value to anyone. Trustworthy brands make trustworthy promises, make credible brands. And you're going to hear me refer to promises a lot throughout this thing. Now, the reason I refer to promises is I want you to note your brand is not your product or your service. That's not what it is. So get that out of your head from now. Because let's be honest, those of us who work for corporations, or even those of us that are entrepreneurs, I happen to be balancing the fence for both. But our products, for the most part, are not unique. The product is not a unique product, right? So take, for example, Nike. Nike sells of one of many things, sneakers. Is Nike the only company in the world that sells sneakers? Are they the only company in the world that sells sporting apparel? No, they're not. But what Nike sells is a brand promise of winning. And one of Nike's first marketing campaigns, they used the line, I hope I get it correct, you do not win silver, you lose gold. And that is a strong, strong message. What Nike is saying to us there is that with us, you will be a winner. It's an aspirational promise, right? So that is what Nike is selling. That is why Nike has spent millions and millions of dollars to get the best athletes to represent them and the best sportsmen, because they want you to look at those people, look at them as winners, and you aspire to be that, and the only way to be that in your head is to buy Nike, right? Let's look at a brand like Uber. Uber does not sell car rides. I could get a taxi anywhere, right? What Uber sells is the brand promise of comfort, safety, and reliability. I know that when I get there, the car is going to be comfortable, they are reliable, and they're going to be there on time and get me to my destination on time. Let's look at a local brand. Let's look at Movietown. Movietown does not sell movies. I could get movies on Netflix. I could download a torrent. I could go by the man at the side of the road and get bootleg movies. What Movietown sells is an experience. So that is why I will pay that money to go to Movietown rather than sit down on my couch in my pajamas and watch a movie, because of that experience. So I want us all to remember that your brand is a promise. It is not the product or service that you sell. The other thing that I want to touch on in building a successful brand is transparency. Now, transparency is the key to building a credible brand. And remember, I started off the talk by saying that to build a successful brand, people have to trust. And transparency is one of those things that help you build a credible brand. Now, what transparency does, it builds the promise behind the business. Again, we're not talking about products and we're not talking about services. Now, I want to be very clear. When I say be transparent, I am not saying go and show your customers all your accounting and how much money you're making and tell them that you get back to the man who was supposed to come to work today and the supplier didn't drop the product on you. I'm not saying to be that transparent. What I mean by transparency is simply do not lie. And your brand promise must be consistent in everything that you do. Everything. So you can't on one hand talk about, for instance, with my brand, Bella Bachi, which is an online female clothing store, my brand promise is that you are going to get quality, affordable clothing. And I've had many people come to me and say, your clothes are way too cheap. How are you making money? And I said, because I prefer that my customer comes to me 10 times than come to me once. So I'll take a smaller profit with the promise that you will always get affordable clothing. So one of the brands that to me really took this whole transparency thing and shot it out of the park was Domino's. Now, I don't know if you guys remember a couple of years ago, Domino's was getting a lot of flack for the quality of their product. The people were telling them the pizza tasted like cardboard, the sauce tasted too much like ketchup, they had focus groups, and their business was tanking. And Domino's took what I thought was a very innovative innovative approach in dealing with that. So I actually just want to show you guys a quick video so that you can see the approach that Domino's took.
There comes a time when you know you've got to make a change. You know, you can't lead a company like this unless you love food. I love food. I love pizza. It was about 50 years ago that they started the first store just about 5 miles from here.
Two brothers had a great idea. They also said they wanted to get it delivered within 30 minutes, and that's something that no one said could be done. In fact, the first pizza delivery vehicle for our company is that vehicle right there. Around the 80s, we were exploding. We were the fastest growing company in the history of franchise business. Nothing had ever grown like that.
Now we're almost 9,000 restaurants around the world. We love what we do at Domino's.
Pizza, where's the love? How are bread, sauce, cheese, fresh ingredients? Doesn't feel like there's much love in Domino's pizza.
Domino's pizza crust to me is like cardboard.
Is that hard wash?
Yeah, that's how it was.
I hear what some folks are saying about our stuff.
Oh, this one's bad. Worst excuse for pizza I've ever had.
The sauce tastes like ketchup.
Totally void of flavor.
You know what? When you first hear it, it's shocking. The cardboard complaint is the most common one.
This we hear over and over and over.
I mean, that hits you right in the heart. This is what we've done. This is what I've done, for 25 years now.
You can either use negative comments to get you down, or you can use them to excite you and energize the process and make it a better pizza. We did the latter.
Most companies hide the criticism that they're getting, and we actually faced it head on.
Some people didn't give us credit for the taste of our product. That's what we're fixing.
We listen to our consumers and they want us to be better and we want them to be happier. We want people to love our pizza.
This is what's driving us. This is what's lit the fire under us. This is what's making us want to get better.
It's been crazy down here. We had our best chefs working hard to find the best combination, looking at 10 crust types, 15 sauces, dozens of cheeses.
You can't just add a little salt or add a little something to the recipe. I mean, we basically had to start over with a new recipe.
And they were working day and night and weekends to get it done.
This is Roxanne. She's one of the lead chefs for pizzas, and she's constantly trying new stuff. She's saying, try this and try that. The day she put this in front of me, I said, dang, this is the real deal.
We changed everything. The crust, the sauce, the cheese. Now it tastes better.
We started working on the cheese.
We got shredded cheese. Cheese. It's cheese. It's tastier. When you smell it, it's got an aroma to it. I mean, this is what cheese should be.
We started working on the sauce.
This new sauce is bright. It's spicy. It's robust.
We've got garlic in here, we've got oregano, we've got basil, we've got a little bit of red pepper just to tickle on your tongue.
It's a bold flavor. When you bite into that, that's what pizza sauce should taste like.
We started working on the crust.
A nice, rich, buttery crust with some garlic and some herbs in there.
Gives it a nice finish for you. Great taste from the first bite to the last bite on every single slice.
Now we got great food. We've earned the swagger, right? We're doing end zone dance on this one. I can't wait to have people try it. And it's not even about being right. It's about us having great food.
No, it's about us being right. And I can't wait for Adrienne to try our new pizza.
So I think she's going to be surprised.
We're going to bring her the new pizza. See how she likes it. She has no idea we're coming. Adrienne?
Yeah.
Yes, they did. Now, admitting mistakes like that is actually a very risky strategy. But the people at Domino's thought, well, at this point it couldn't get any worse. You were hearing what they said, so why not try it? And that's what I want to say. It segues into the next thing that I want to say, which is don't be afraid to change. Don't be afraid to innovate. Without fear, there's no courage. You all ever heard that? Without fear, there's no courage. Don't be afraid. Now, what Domino's did is they listened to what their customers said and they took the advice and they changed. And what they did, transparency in this case, worked for them because what they were able to do is now people started to believe again in the brand promise. They turned themselves, they reinvented themselves into an honest brand. So people knew now, or believe now, and that's the important word, not that they know, because Domino's is still making mistakes, I'm sure, but behind the scenes, but they now know, they now believe, that this is an honest brand, and if they make a mistake, they're willing to admit their mistakes, and they're willing to fix it, and that's really important. So as I said, this is a good segue to talk about change. Now, people say the only inevitable thing is death and taxes, but the only inevitable thing is change. You have to be willing to change. A lot of brands get stuck in this idea that if it ain't broke, don't fix it. But we don't live in that world anymore. We don't live in that world anymore because technologically we are moving so fast that if you don't keep up with the trends, you're going to fall behind. You ever heard of a little clothing brand called Prada? Maybe, maybe not, Now, everybody in here knows the brand Prada. What people don't know is that as recently as 2017, Prada had been tanking in profits for the last 3 years. Can anybody guess why they were tanking in profits? That's part of the reason. There was one thing they had not done. Who said that? They weren't online. Prada admittedly said that they missed the internet and the social media and digital trade. And they saw it because to them, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Until 3 years of losing millions of dollars, Gucci came and passed them. Gucci is now making double what Prada is making because Gucci jumped on the social media trend. So the idea behind this is change. Look at the trends that are happening. Innovate. Think about what you are doing. Now, even with myself, I have my own personal example. I started Bella Bacci Women's Clothing, which is an online female clothing store, just about 4 years ago. So actually October, we're still in October, right? In October we celebrated our 4th anniversary. Thank you. This is from Bella Bacci, in case any of the ladies are interested. So, as I said, we started off as the brand where our brand promise was affordable clothing for the woman, quality affordable clothing. So you can get everything from beachwear, not bathing suits, beachwear to workwear, and nothing on the site is over $250. Nothing. Really? Yeah. I'll give you my card. But maybe about, I would say 6 months ago, I realized that sales were not coming in as quickly. I mean, they were still coming, but we were accustomed to getting a number of sales. I had started off my business with the idea that I wanted to get personalized delivery service. So I would drop the clothes, or I would get my sister to drop the clothes so that you have that personalized touch. Utter rubbish. When on a Sunday you have to drive down Rio Claro to drop off a dress, you start to reevaluate your life, right? But what that was actually doing, and I didn't realize, is that it was actually hurting my brand. That wanting to be personalized was hurting my brand because I could not deliver clothes fast enough to people who wanted it because I could only wait for the weekend unless it was in the area where I lived or worked. Right? So it was actually hurting my brand, and little by little, because it was taking longer and longer to get close to people, so little by little people would, if they wanted something, they would not choose my brand anymore. And what I did was I started asking around to people, and you'd think that I would only ask women, but I asked men as well, because men are buying for their girlfriends. They know what their girlfriends, wives, etc. want, for the most part. And another thing that was said to me, which I did not even think about, when people came to my site, they saw my logo, and my logo was a sexy, skinny girl, and very, very stylish. When they came to my website, they saw sexy, skinny models. And the truth is, the Caribbean woman is not that. They're not that. So over the last 6 months, I've actually been reinventing my brand and rebranding. And I actually want to show you a little video to show the transition between the old and the brand. And this is very subtle changes. You all see the new brand here, but I'll show you what the old one was. And my sister Danielle did this animation, so if you're looking for animators, feel free to call me. So this is the old, and this is the new. Please, yeah. Now, what I did was subtle changes with her. I made her more like a Caribbean woman. Everybody's not skinny girls. She's curvy. She's sexy.
She could be. That's the first thing I said. Damn.
But you would be surprised how a subtle change like that can change the perception of your brand. What I also did is I had a habit of using stock images to do my website cover photos and that kind of thing. And what I did is I actually gathered up a couple of friends, and you talk about making friends and influencing people, and I influenced them to do this for me for free. Because I didn't have enough money. But they came home by me from every size, skinny, plus size, the ones that have low boobs but plenty hips but low boobs, And we did a photo shoot. And when you go to the website now, the first images that are greeting you are real Caribbean women. And that's why I said, don't be afraid to change and don't be afraid to innovate. And now sales are skyrocketing again. I mean, they could always be more, but they're skyrocketing again because people are seeing that you are willing to change your brand. I launched a new website. The website, again, you have to look at the trends. And funny enough, one of the things that anybody here orders Hotbox grocery, or I'm the only lazy one. Anybody else orders groceries to come home by? Well, I am lazy like hell, right? So I went on to Hotbox, fantastic site. Fantastic delivery service, everything. And there were two things that I stole from them. Two ideas. One was you could choose your delivery date, right? And the second one was it had a chat feature, right? Now, people don't understand how simple this chat, how simply effective this chat feature is, because what I realized was happening when I looked at all my Google Analytics and stuff on the site was that people were coming to my site, but if they had to ask a question, they left, went to Facebook or Instagram, and half of them didn't bother to come back. Why? Because they had to go into a meeting or they had to go and take care of their child. Now people are able to ask me questions direct on the site. It comes to my phone and I can answer directly on my phone. How did I solve and I want to say that events like these are amazing events to go to, and I'll tell you why. After I made that wicked trip to Rio Claro, I went into work the next day. My boss is really very cool, right? And he said, why are you looking? So I said, because 5 said, I went to Rio Claro yesterday. I'm tired. He said, why are you going to Rio Claro? He said, to deliver clothes. He said, you mad? He said, Quartz uses UPSL. They come, they pick it up from you, they drop it where you're going, and they collect the money for you to your flat. Well, listen to me. That is the best thing that has ever happened to me in life. All I do is sleep on a Sunday now. That's it. Right? So again, that leads me into the next thing. Always go about trying to learn. Learn. And as I said, this is why events like this are so important, because you can meet other entrepreneurs who are having similar issues. Because those of you who have products or services that you need to deliver may have been having a delivery issue, and I just gave you a solution. And you can talk to other people where you can get similar solutions for other problems that you're having. So be a sponge. And I know Roger spoke a lot about getting the books and reading them, and that's very important. But I will tell you one thing about me. I have 22 books downloaded on my Kindle right now. Me reading none. Why? Because you start reading. I haven't finished reading, I should say. Let me not say I didn't read any. I haven't finished reading them. Why? Because my attention rate is like that of a 5-year-old child. Want something else, and I'm doing so many things at the same time because I'm working a regular job. Don't have kids, but I'm doing this on the side, and I also do other events as well. But what attracts me, so I will tell you, if reading the book is for you, read the books. But all of us get up in the morning and look at our Instagram. So instead of following Destra, follow Bloomberg, right? Follow the marketing stuff. Follow the CNNs and the different companies that can give you, and they give you bite-sized articles that you could read in 5 minutes and just get a little thing and get your day going. So if you're like me, do those things. Talk to people, because if I didn't talk to my boss that day, I'd still be driving Rio Claro to drop off clothes, right? So be a sponge, and a sponge comes from everything in your everyday environment. Yes, I'll tell you, look at competitors, but also look at non-competitors. Look at the best in their industry. You can look at Digicel as the best in the industry, right? But you can look at people who are better and see what they are doing. I got 2 ideas from her box grocery, and they're not even in my category. So don't be afraid to look around at everything around you. And just remember, you cannot do it alone. And I keep coming back to the fact that networking events like these are so important. You do not have the best ideas. You do not have the best solutions. You do not have the best anything. You need to talk it over with people. Meet people. You may be able to get somebody involved in your own business that can help you, and you can help them, and you all can trade services, because as an entrepreneur you don't always have the capital to hire an agency or do whatever, but you might have a small little 22-year-old aspiring animator who can do something for you for a lot cheaper. I paid her, she made me pay her, don't get it twisted. But you can get those people, you don't have to hire an agency. But there are people like that out there. And lastly, what I want to touch on, we've all heard the term, don't be afraid to fail. But I want to add to that term. I want to say, don't be afraid to fail all the way through. Do you understand what that term means? Do not be afraid to fail all the way through. You are human. We are going to make mistakes. We are going to have highs on our brand, and we're going to have ideas that we try to innovate that are going to suck. But all failures are a chance to learn, right? And if you keep that mindset in everything that you do, and you realize, I am not afraid to fail all the way through, But I take those failures and I take it as an opportunity to rise above those failures as opposed to saying, I can't do this, then that is going to help you to build a successful brand. Thank you.